We don't have a black mat. Okay. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be playing with the Natasha Denona Midi Xenon palette. Can you see? There we go. I'm going to be playing with the Midi Xenon palette for the very first time. I just tore open the package. It's been sitting here in my collection for a little over a week, so I figured it was high time to play with it. If you saw my previous video about this palette, you know that I really wasn't keen about ordering this. So that's probably why I wasn't really in much of a rush to get to it, but let me check it out. Ooh. Okay, so this is the first time I'm opening the palette. Let's take a good look at it together. I have to face this way because I don't have any lighting in this room. The only lighting that I have is coming in from the window in front of me. And that's so that I have just natural lighting. It's bright natural lighting. It's not being changed by any kind of artificial lighting. So this is what the palette looks like in natural lighting. Okay. Okay. She a bit monochromatic, but you know, we knew that. Now, I'm not gonna rehash what I already said about it in my last video. So all those thoughts aside, I'm gonna give this palette a go. I picked this up for $20 and free shipping. So I really couldn't pass it up. I do have a code with Natasha Denona on her website. It will save you, I believe it's 15%. So yeah, I'll link that down below in the description box. If you do pick this palette up or anything from the Natasha Denona website, I would truly appreciate if you do use my code. My code is Michelle, M-I-C-H-E-L-L-E. Anyway, so yeah, let's get onto the palette. I'm actually really excited now that it's here and I see how pretty it is. I'm excited to have a few more formulas in these shades to add to my mini Xenon. So let's just get into an eye look. I'm going to use my Painterly. I'm going to use my Painterly paint pot today because it's got a little bit more of a cool tone undertone. I'm going to start off with a Rephr 12. Since you can't really tell what colors are where, I'm going to go into the palette with the palette. You know, this is the way it opens up and you can tell where the shade is. So I'm going to start off with this shade in the bottom corner. This is the white. And in order to keep my inner corner really bright, I'm going to start right there and set that with the light matte. I don't really want to be going in looking too crazy. And I just brighten up this front part. So yeah, meanwhile, I'm going to talk about why I ended up picking up the palette, aside from the fact that it was just $20 and free shipping, because like there's a lot of $20 palettes, you know what I mean? That I don't end up buying. But for the Natasha Denona one, if I didn't get this palette, this would have been the only palette of hers that I wouldn't own as far as her midis and larger palettes are concerned. And that just didn't sit right with me. Yeah, as soon as I started thinking about that, I was like, how ridiculous, Michelle, just pick up the palette. So here we are. All right, I'm going to take a tapered blender, like a pinched blender. And I'm going to go into this next matte here. I would like to compare this with my Violet Voss Cool Vibes, but I might do like a separate video doing that. So just so I can like see what they actually look like compared to each other and spend some good time doing that. I don't want to like bog down this video with that, just for anybody who's not interested. And that way anybody who's not interested in my eye look, but is interested in the comparisons, doesn't have to see the eye look too. So if I separate it, I feel like that would be better. Let me know if you would rather have it in one video, you know, for future reference for myself. Okay, so I do really like that shade. It's really smooth and beautiful. It might be a good idea if I were to pull my mirror closer because it is a little far off in the distance. Hold on. Okay, let me just move my mirror a little closer. Hopefully I can keep it out of frame. There we go. It's a little in frame, I apologize. But that does make it easier to see. All right. Just a little bit more with that shade. Yeah, so anyways, the fact that this palette is limited edition, I just really didn't want to be without it. Plus, I do really love these shades, and how could I not have Natasha Denona's versions of them? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I decided, even though I feel like the color story for a cool tone palette could have been expanded just a slight bit more, I think I'm going to end up really loving this palette. So I'm glad that I got it. I don't know what I'm going to do in that outer edge just yet, but let me just see. Do we have a black matte? We don't have a black matte. Okay, so then that means that I need to use that gray in my crease, like in my outer corner. Okay, I'm going to take this same shade into a mini booster. And let me just work this all the way out the corner and everything. Is that the same shade? No, this is the lighter one. Wait, what am I doing? Yeah, it's the same shade. It's just because this is packed on differently, I mean, a different brush, it looks a little different. Huh. Okay. Do I even have any idea what I'm doing with this look? No, I'm so like far removed from using these colors every day that I really don't remember how to use them. And I started differently than I used to back when I used to use these shades. So, all right, so that's kind of where we're starting. I'd like to use a smaller brush than that. And just in case I want to go back into that shade, I'm going to take a new brush. You can use the same brush if you want to. I'm going to go with this. And next I'm going to go into the center shade right here. Even though this is like a shimmery shade, it looks like a satin or something. I feel like because it's a satin, it might be easier to work with. I'm going to just put it here on this outer corner. I have no idea if I can mimic that on the other side. Oh yeah, so I should tell you how I ended up having the opportunity to pay only $20 for this palette. It was through the Ulta rewards. Like I had so many rewards that instead of saving them up for like another $300 spree or whatever the value is, like when you save it up for the full max value, it's like 1,200 points or 2,500, something like that. Anyway, instead of saving up my points for that, I decided to just get this palette while it was still relevant. So that I could check it out and add it to my collection. And I'm so glad that I did. Sorry that I was looking away while I was blending this and talking to you. All right. So that's where we're at so far. I want to just try to, I'm going to take this little bitty Refer 13 Mini. This is a amazing brush. I love this so much. I'm going to now use this shade. I'm going to go into this shade here and just blend out my top edge a little bit. Okay, so that's the shade right there that makes things start to look a little blue because it's got like a like an icy gray undertone, and it looks a hint of blue. So that's what starts shifting the looks. I see. Okay, well now I know. And because I didn't really want it to go blue, I'm not going to go too much further with that shade. I'm going to just leave it right there on the outer edge as like a little accent. And yeah, when you build it up on itself, it gets icy or blue. So I'm going to just make it look intentional and put that all right there. Okay. Really like that a lot. Oh my God. Ooh, I love this look. Okay, I'm going to take just this clean rougher 27. I'm just going to soften my crease and let all that blend together real quick before I add anything else. Let me work on the lower lash line before I decide which shimmer I want at the top. So for the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with a little bit more from that center shade on the outer edge. And I'm going to keep this really close to the eye because I want most of the focus on the top. I want to be real careful adding gray to my lower lash line because like that's just going to make me look like I have bags, you know, that coupled with the darkness from my freckles peeking through the foundation. Yeah, so, okay, I am going to add another color to this because I feel like it's not quite deep enough, but I don't want to just start off with a super dark one. Because I am trying to do this as a day look. I'm not, you know, like I'm not going out in this look at night. So next I'm going to try this shade here on the end. I'm going to just put that here on the outer corner. There. Ooh, that's a beautiful shade. Okay. I'm going to also carry that up into the top and just kind of line that little outer edge. Oh my God, I love this palette. I mean, I should have known I was gonna love it. Why was I saying I wasn't gonna buy it? What is wrong with me? Matter of fact, I might buy another one since I only paid $20 for this because it is limited edition, and I honestly can see myself using this palette like so much. I don't want to ever be without it. And it's a limited edition, so I'm gonna need to get it back up. Is that silly? Maybe. But here we are. Okay, so here's basically like the outline of the eye. You could leave it just like this, you know, but I'm gonna add, actually, I really do want to leave it like that, but I don't want to add a shimmer. This is gonna be my first look with the eye. Is that a cop-out, not using any of the like amazing shimmers? All right, I'm just gonna use the shimmer to see what it's like, but I do really, really like the eye like this and kind of wanna leave it, okay? So just know that for the record. Oh, God. Okay, this is one of those, oh, this is a Hakuhodo shader. I'm gonna use this, and because I'm doing a little bit more of like a daytime look, I'm going to use this one that everybody was disappointed in, the one that they thought was going to look pink, but I know is just going to look a little beige. I'm going to use that and just see what it looks like on me. I'm not going to spray it. I'm not going to add any glitter glue, nothing like that. I'm just loading up my brush nicely. Let's just see. Where am I going to put this? I really don't want to mess up my eye. It looks so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna just line it in this like opening spot right here. Ooh, that's pretty. Just really strategically placed in there. I don't want to get any like shimmer up into my gray. Oh my God, I love this look, even with the shimmer. I do feel like the shimmer kind of messed it up a little bit. Not really messed it up, but just like took away the vibe that I liked, that, you know, the matte vibe. but it does look pretty. And that's just one very soft, subdued little layer. So yeah, it does look nice. It's not too overpowering, but it's not my favorite. My favorite is right before I added this. Okay. I just barely blurred across the gray now that I've got it all placed. All right, there's the look. Wow, I really like this so much. I really don't even feel like I need eyeliner or mascara, but I'm gonna add them both. So let me add those finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you the completed first look for my first impressions with this beautiful palette. Okay, friends, here's the finished look for my first time to play with the Midi Xenon. Let's take a really good look at the eyes. Okay, so let me take a good look at it here in the mirror. I really love it. I love the tones. Of course, I love the performance. I had no doubt that the formula was going to be amazing, but I can see myself using this palette so much and being sad like when I hit pan on something. I mean, I would love to hit pan, but it's going to make me sad that I am about to be running out. So I am going to buy a backup of this palette before the limited edition palette is gone. But yeah, I plan to use this palette a super lot. This is probably going to be one of my go-to palettes. This is amazing. Wow, I really love it. Yeah, so let me know what you think of the look down below. I look forward to chatting with you there. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts were. What are your thoughts on this palette? Have you picked the palette up? Have you found that you don't like it because it seems too monochromatic for you? Or do you find that you actually like it a lot more than you expected? I'd love to know. If you skipped it, let me know why you skipped it. I'd love to know that too. So yeah, I look forward to chatting with you. Wait, my hair, what's happening? I slept on my hair when it was wet last night. And so this is what it looks like in the morning, sorry. Anyway, yeah, so let me know down below what your thoughts are on this palette and my first look with the palette. I'd love to know your thoughts. And yeah, I look forward to playing with the palette some more and getting to know the rest of the shades. Let me know if you'd like to see any additional videos with this palette because I'd be happy to film that for you. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to click the like button. It really does help my channel out so much. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.